Is this okay?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, we're in the bathroom.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Master of Jack, where we have our expert Trish, who is the world's foremost expert in a topic that until this moment, she does not realize she is the expert in, but now she does. Trish, you are an expert, the foremost world's expert on dating in the time of COVID.
Yes, this is true.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time in the wilderness, social distancing, so I could really understand the loneliness that people are feeling recently.
Yeah, and I see that you have a head start on that whole loneliness thing because you're a cat lady already.
Yes, I already have started my collection of cats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing this early because I want to figure out how those 50-year-olds feel.
Okay, so in these strange times, is your conclusion that dating is just about impossible? That it's just isolation and no human contact?
Well, actually, Fred, here's the thing. I've learned you can become one with inanimate objects and you can date them that way.
Interesting. All right. Follow-up question. Do you have any legal advice about any inanimate objects that would be inappropriate to have relationships with?
Yes, I do know that the Eiffel Tower is already paired with someone,
Okay.
so that she's off limits, but otherwise, household objects, often ones you can buy at the department store, are usually a go-ahead.
All right, Trish, the phone lines are lighting up here. I think you've really touched a nerve. So let's just go right to those phones. We have Harvey T. Hornbuckle on line one. Harvey, you are on the air with Trish.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call today, Fred. Trish, you talked about dating inanimate objects, and I've fallen in love with a picture of myself in a picture frame, but how do I show an argument between myself and my image in a picture frame?
That's a great question, Harvey. Thank you for participating. First and foremost, what type of expression are you performing in the picture?
Well, I'm sort of looking off in the distance, all sort of artsy and detached.
Does that detachment feel something to you from your childhood? Were you treated like you were detached at some point from someone?
Well, my parents often left me in places, so yeah, I think it was a carryover from a childhood experience and some trauma.
I think having that conversation with the picture of yourself will really bring you to the next level in that relationship where you're able to communicate so effectively that it'll just feel like you're looking in a mirror.
Okay, great, Trish, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Harvey, and Trish, thank you for I think you just saved a life right there.
I think I did as well, Fred. Thank you.
Right. Next, we've got Todd. Todd, you are on the air with Trish.
Hello. So I read your book, Trish, and I really liked it. And because of that, I started dating a Roomba. Well, here's the problem is it's technically an inanimate object, but my Roomba keeps moving around, and every time I'm trying to have a conversation, it just goes out of the room or turns away from me and doesn't pay attention. And I feel like I'm not getting the intimacy that I need out of a relationship. So what should I do?
Well, it sounds like your Roomba is constantly turned on.
Well, yeah, I like to think that I'm pretty good at turning my Roomba on.
Sure. So what intimacy is any less inevitable than turning the Roomba on? If you could possibly figure out how to turn the Roomba off, how would that make you feel?
Well, I mean, it might work, but when the Roomba's off, I don't get that little blinky green light. And when that's not going on, I feel like they're just not listening.
Is the nonverbal communication of the Roomba potentially letting you know, hey, let's head to the other room?
Oh, it's an invitation to go to the room. Oh, well, that's it all along. You've solved my problem. Thank you.
Yes, you're so welcome, Todd.
All right, thank you, Todd. And I at this point, I think it is only fair to mention, Trish, you have a best-selling relationship book that is just sold like gangbusters in Australia, which explains, you know, all these callers. Tell us just a little bit about that book.
So the research I did with this book, I spent 3 overnights in an abandoned but still stocked Target. Now, what I did here was I really tried to become one with every type of object that was sold. And by doing so, I feel like I have become an expert on every type of relationship.
That is just fascinating, just fascinating. And of course, the title of that book is Love on Target by Trish. And oh, we've got time for one more call. Frito-Lays, you are on the air with Trish.
Hello, my name's Frito. I've found dating during COVID to be really, really difficult, and I get anxious. I get anxious if I'm not wearing my mask. So my question, Trish, is how do I kiss someone when I'm wearing my mask?
In my field of expertise, my mind and heart go to first. Have you thought about kissing the mask?
No, I've never thought about that.
Have you ever found yourself attracted to any objects?
Sometimes I think posters are pretty nice. Maybe my telephone. I like my telephone a whole lot.
Okay. Now, the thing is, during this pandemic, we can be intimate with these objects like you are saying you would like to do. We can do this with phones. Just make sure you sanitize the phones first, but don't fall in love with the sanitizer. That's a whole different story.
I won't.
Okay.
Thanks, Trish.
Yeah, thank you, Frito. And we got to wrap up here, but Trish, this has been possibly the best episode of Master of Jack yet. Thank you so much. Please continue your important research, and audience out there, please join us next time for Master of Jack, where we will learn all there is to learn about some other incredibly interesting topic. Good night.